But anyways, the trip starts. The first night was weird. We talked about deodorant in the tent, and we just like went about our day. The rest of the day was cool because I got to hang out with all my friends. We were being all mischievous and just living life like a true gangsta would. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Annoy was still in the tent, and it just that like kind of ruined it. I just went to bed early. That's the truth. So this is like when it started going uphill. All right, this is when the group started getting amazing. So we went out. We had to take this long walk to go eat our food. This is kind of separate from the tent. The tent thing was a whole nother rant. This is a separate. So the tent thing ended up like not being terrible. Like it was actually terrible. Like I'm not gonna lie. I still almost just died, but it wasn't that bad. But basically, as I we always walked back to go get our food during the trip. So there's this like long walk, and I don't know what was going through the teacher's mind at the time, but they would leave the walks unsupervised. And like that's okay, I guess. Like I know that I wasn't planning to do anything insane. I know that there's other people though that like this was not a good idea. Why is it unsupervised? So basically, I remember one day we were walking back. It was just regular day, and my friend of my tent group, the one who's not Mr. Annoy, he had a bag of Jolly Ranchers, which was a mistake because he pulled them out. He pulled them out like in front of everybody, and everyone was like, "You know how it is. You know how it is. It just like it's like a swarm of bees. If you like soaked yourself in honey, like that's what it is. It's never a good idea to do that. I don't know what was going through his mind at the time, but he did that, and basically this was like the story of the first fight that I've ever saw, I guess you could say. So basically, they took the bag of Jolly Ranchers, whatever. People were trying to get them. Then my other friend came through and just like John Cena'd the bag of Jolly Ranchers, and it went across the whole path that we were going on. And my friend has like, or the person who was my like tent, like he has a low, like he gets mad really easily, so that like he instantly just like swung at him basically, but like he missed because he is not that good at fighting, but like he swung at him and it was like official at that point. And like none of it, there was no like punches thrown really after that point. It was just like a bunch of little 7th grade boys like jumping on each other. It was really awkward to watch, but it was really funny at the same exact time. But the main thing that I remember from this is that my friend who was in my tent group at the time, he like was running at him and like kind of missed him and was on the edge of this cliff, and then he like lost his balance and like was trying to get back up when when the kid like who originally started the fight just like ran, and once again like I don't know what he exactly did, but like he ran at him, and my friend who was in the tent group like spun around and like grabbed him and like just spun off the hill like a helicopter. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And like it kind of just ended there. The fight just ended there. But like that wasn't the end of the trip. Like although, and like the best part was is none of the teachers knew about it because we were out in the middle of like the woods, and there's just these boys fighting, and it was just we all laughed about it afterwards. But my friend, of course, was butthurt, after because he kind of lost the fight. Granted, the person who was in my tent, but it gave us something to talk about that night. So like the night in the tent with the dreaded people wasn't too bad, and this I guess it was just that one day. It was amazing. Okay, so after the fight, we were sitting in the tent, we were talking about it. It was pretty late at night. They tell us to go to sleep they're like, lights out, everybody, lights out. We're in the middle of the woods, turn off their lights, and they tell us all to go to sleep, basically. But instead, like, we just don't go to sleep, no one really does go to sleep, especially the guys. You could hear the girls, like, screaming across the other side of the campus. And we were out there, and all of a sudden we just hear, like, trickling. But it like is the spraying, like when someone's peeing, like that's a sound that you can at this point you should